Pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love and pride, looking at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often bears a pit, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining in grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Hopefully, everybody's having a fantastic day today. It's a little warm out there, but at the same time, it is Juneteenth, and what a special day that it is. So, that being said, it was a great weekend for sports. Of course, I'm wearing my USA hockey shirt today. Thank you, Jose Fierro, my guy, for that hooking me up with the shirt. But anyway, I'm wearing that. The USA took care of business this weekend, which I was excited about. They beat Mexico on Friday, and then turned around and smashed, or was it Thursday? And then turned around and smashed Canada, which was crazy because we had lost a couple players that with red cards from the Mexico game, because it always gets chippy between us and them. Just like any other rivalry, if you play sports, you always have a team that's a rivalry team that, you guys just don't like each other. You guys want to knock the what out of each other. It is what it is. Nobody's mad about it, but you gotta step up, and if somebody tries something on you, you gotta retaliate, but you gotta be smart about it. But anyway, everybody was really worried about that. But the thing that I love about our USA team, we're deep. Man, we're fast, we're athletic, and Ben Dillman of High Stick Harry, we talked about that the other day about how deep this USA soccer team is. And by the way, we start Gold Cup play against Jamaica this coming Saturday, June 24th, 8:30 p.m. on FS1, and it'll be held in Chicago in Soldier Field. So that'll be, everybody needs to tune in and support our team. But anyway, congratulations on the USA team beating Canada 2-0 in the CONCACAF Nations League, tournament. Remember, we beat Mexico in the semifinals, and then we'll talk about that because there was some implicating stuff that are involved with Mexico and what happened with them. But anyway, that being said, I was really happy about our team, and I'm happy about the direction that we're going in. I'm happy that we re-signed our coach. I said hockey jersey. My bad, Jose. I meant soccer jersey. My bad. My guy Jose Fierro. Sorry, my bad, bro. Soccer. Everybody know what I was talking about, man. This is not a hockey jersey. I do not have a hockey jersey, but if I did wear one, it would be Mike Modano or Bobby Orr. Even though I don't do anything Boston. He was one of my favorite players, and the reason why I started watching hockey in the first place. But anyway, the soccer team, proud of our guys. Like I said, like Ben Dillman and I talked about High Stick Harry, that, a lot of kids today, moms and dads both, let's just go ahead and put parents, aren't allowing their kids to play football at an early age because of CTE, trying to take care of, or not letting their kids get too many hits to the head. But I'm like, well, you're using soccer to hit each other. I mean, to hit the ball all the time. I don't know if that's the same effect, but I would think anything involving your head hitting would have something to do with CTE, but I don't think it's the same as it would be in football because the collisions are very rare, not as much. But you are hitting your head with a soccer ball every time, but it is a ball. It is not like a football, or it's not like another helmet. But anyway, that being said, more and more parents are allowing their kids to play soccer at an early age, and the kids are falling in love with it. So you can see that our soccer program is growing from the roots up. I mean, it's growing slowly but steadily, and that's what I like about these kids. More and more of our athletes who started out playing football or baseball or basketball are now starting out playing soccer because you can almost play it. Well, soccer, to me, basketball and soccer and baseball, you can start earlier simply because you have t-ball, and in basketball you have the little mini leagues, and then in football you have flag football, but just not quite the same because more and more kids, they want to play tackle, they don't want to play flag. So I think you have the tendency to more and more kids gravitate towards soccer because to me baseball is just a slower sport. Soccer is more, it's hard to watch. You gotta kind of know what you're seeing in order to really enjoy it. I tend to got more into it simply because of the women's national team. I mean, let's face it. And by the way, the World Cup is coming up, and we're going to be talking more about our women's team going for their third in a row for the World Championship, the World Cup. So anyway, that being said, I like I've fallen in love with soccer because I've started to pay more attention. And like I said, in every sport, I use my eyes. I don't go by analytics. I'm not one of these guys. Oh, the number. You can manipulate numbers to say anything you want them to say. But either you can play or you can't. And the one thing about sports, you know if somebody's better than you. And what I see out of this USA soccer team is we're faster than Mexico. We're more athletic than Mexico. When we played Canada, we're faster than Canada. We're more athletic than Canada. And you can see that we're slowly starting to, we are young, and we're slowly starting to get some experience. And I think this past year, with the experience that we had in the World Cup with our team being so young, I think it made a huge difference. And then with the substitute coach we had coming in, he really made some changes as far as what the team and schemes that the team was doing. And I think now with Burkholder coming back, I think that's going to help the soccer, our USA soccer team, because I think that he's really, I think that Burkholder is really seen the light since he's been away and watched what this team has done. And I think that's only going to help because I like his style. I like that, he uses us more defensively. But I see that, we are faster, so maybe that will help him being able to, when you step away from something and you've been hurt or you've been away from it and you get to watch your team, kind of like what Marcus did when he was talking about Oklahoma State. When you sit back and you get to watch the team and see where you fit in and see how you do. And I think the same thing will be with Chet. He's watched our team all year, so he kind of see where he fits in and where he doesn't. So I think the same thing with the coach. He got to see, okay, I like to play defense. I like to do this. I like to do that. But, hey, we're pretty quick with the ball. We're pretty athletic. We're pretty fast. So why not play into your strengths of your team? So anyway, I liked what I saw. And I just think that, the grassroots of soccer, and as my guy Jose just sent me this deal that said, in Little League soccer everywhere, they don't let you use your head at a young age. Oh, okay, I did not know that. Okay, thank you, Jose, for that bit of information, correcting me on that. So that helps too, I think, with parents wanting their kids to play soccer simply because, or football, however you want to call it. Keeps their kids from doing this simply because they don't have to hit their head as much. So that right there is a plus and another reason why they're there. But that being said, more and more athletes are realizing that they have more of a chance in soccer than they necessarily would in football or in basketball or in baseball. And the thing is, when I coached, I love for my kids to play soccer simply because their feet. You learn how to move your feet. Everything's about moving your feet, lateral movement, up and back, and it helps you because you have to use your feet to kick the ball. So I love for my players to play soccer and to play basketball because to me it made my job easier because I'm not a fan of zone defense. I'm a fan of man-to-man defense because to me anybody you don't have to do anything to play zone. You just stand there. But man-to-man, you have to move your feet. You have to understand positioning. You have to understand angles. You have to understand how everything moves on the court. So I preferred to teach my kids man-to-man. It took them a while to learn it, but once they did in the 7th, 8th grade, you can see once they got it and they were able to move their feet. And I think those that played soccer, they caught on quicker because of the movement of your feet. So that being said, I like what I've seen thus far from the soccer team. I like what we've got coming up and what we've done. And like I said, let me pull up the schedule. We play Jamaica this coming Saturday, the 24th. In the Gold Cup at 8:30 Central Time in Chicago, and I cannot wait to see that. I love I love our team. I love what we're doing. I love what the USA is doing soccer wise. So anyway, if you got nothing else to do, hey, tune in. You'll be if you're at the lake. That's lake is kind of winding down. You can start cooking out. Have soccer game on the TV. Being able to watch that because basically all you have right now is basketball. Excuse me, is baseball and soccer. So right now really all you have is baseball because this is the one time of the year that is all about baseball. So you can sit there and you can watch some baseball and if you want to watch soccer, because I'll be doing both, but I'll primarily be watching soccer. And then, of course, the U.S. Open, 123rd playing of the U.S. Open at the L.A. Country Club, finished yesterday with Wyndham Clark. Go Pokes. Wait, let me put myself on camera right there. I like to do that. Let me put myself on camera. Congratulations, Wyndham Clark. Go Pokes. Of course, former Oklahoma State golfer wins the U.S. Open. We were wanting Ricky. I was pulling for Ricky Fowler. I'm not going to say I was pulling for Ricky, even though we had both OSU guys in the finals, in the final grouping, which was quite a testament to Oklahoma State golf and what they're doing there in Stillwater and what Holder built there in the culture and what they're doing, especially with the course that they're playing on there at Karsten Creek, what a course it is. But anyway, Wyndham Clark, -10, winning the finals. Rory McIlroy finished second. And he once again in the majors he leaves putts. He just misses putts. He's got to be able to make putts, and he just for whatever reason in the Open last year he lost Cam Smith. Why? Could not make shots. Could not make putts this year. I mean I've watched him miss at least 4 birdie putts. That he was either short or just off. He's got to make putts like Tiger. What was it? Was it Ben Hogan? Whoever that said you miss 100% of the putts that you leave short. You got to go past the hole. You got to be able to hit it past the hole. Now I know in some instances, if you play golf, you know what I mean. If it's, sometimes you'd rather be short than long because you'd rather have a 2-foot par putt or than a 6-foot comeback putt. So a lot of stuff could happen. But anyway, Rory finished second. Scotty Scheffler was -7. Cam -6, and he finished fourth. Scheffler alone in third. Cam alone in fourth. And then Tommy Fleetwood, Ricky Fowler, and M.W. Lee were all at -5. And Ricky, man, just had a meltdown there in the final day. Sorry to see that from him, but he had 3 great days and just could not keep it together in the finals. But I know Ricky will come through at some point, and he was talking about it. His daughter, how she ran up to him afterwards and she hugged him. He said she doesn't care whether I win or lose. She's just happy Daddy's there, and she gets to see gets to see her father. And on Father's Day too, how what a great thing that was, and it probably been even greater had he won on Father's Day. But anyway, Harris English finished fourth. T. Kim was 4 under. Both of them finished 4 under, finishing 8th. John Rahm 3 under with Xander Schauffele. Aaron Eckroth go Pokes. How about 3 OSU golfers in the top 10? How many teams can really say that? And then Drew's favorite, Dustin Johnson, at -3. So you had two live golfers that finished in the top 10, and then the rest, of course, were PGA golfers. But once again, PGA and live are combining for that. So but when I look at it, I just was excited that that you had some good golf, and B that that it wasn't necessarily a typical U.S. Open course, because typical hard U.S. Open courses 5 under, 3 under, 2 under win the tournament, and then you have the outliers like Tiger at Pebble when he was 18 under, or 15 under, whatever it was, that was just insane what he did that day, and just tore that course up for those 4 days. But what did he do? Made putts. What is Rory going to have to do to win? Make putts. What's Ricky going to have to do? He's going to have to make timely putts. And on the other side of that, he cannot make the mistakes that he makes in the final round. So he's got to be able to correct that. But that being said, loved yesterday. Got to watch golf. Then I had to turn around and I got to watch soccer. So great day for me sports-wise. I'm sure Drew watched baseball. I did not watch baseball. I'll watch the World Series, and I'll watch, if it's teams I want to see, I might watch a regular baseball game. I do like going to watch the Dodgers play. at Chickasaw Ballpark in Bricktown. I do like to go there and watch games occasionally, but baseball to me, it's a little slow, but I'm glad they sped the game up, so I'm excited about that part of it. But overall, yesterday I was happy because I got to watch golf all day, and then I got to watch soccer last night. So I was pretty excited about my day yesterday on Father's Day. Got to spend it with my dude Ace wherever he's at. I think he's in there laying on. I think he likes to lay on the floor. I got a fan going, and he likes to lay in the hallway because the air just circulates right there on the floor and goes right around the corner. So he likes to lay on the floor and enjoy that. And then of course, man, we got a lot of news. Let's start out with NBA news. What a crazy day it is in the NBA. Bradley Beal was traded to the Suns for Chris Paul and Landry Shamet, plus multiple second-round picks. And, of course, they swapped some picks, which basically means they swapped draft picks. I mean, here, we want this pick at this time, this pick. So they basically, what they did is Washington really, really made up for a lot of things. And, of course, their new GM, of course, is a former Thunder executive. So what does he learn from Sam Presti? Hey, rebuild the team, get younger, and do what? Give me a bunch of draft picks so that I can mix in and start young and start over. So that's kind of what the game plan looks like for the Wizards. Even though they do have a decent core group of players, they're just going to go young and they're just going to build draft picks and go that way. So, the question is now, where does Chris Paul go? Some people have said Lakers. I mean, how old can you be with the Lakers? I mean, Chris Paul is a ball dominant guy. You have LeBron, who is ball dominant. He's just not that good of a shooter to catch and shoot. Austin Reeves, for him to be successful, he has to be able to be able to drive the basketball. So the question is, would you rather have Chris Paul or Austin Reeves? And clearly, you want Austin because Austin's younger. But as far as late game and whatever you need, you want Chris Paul in there. But that being said, is that a conflict with LeBron? And I think it probably is. The next logical thing is he could go to the Celtics, which I really, really like Chris Paul with the Celtics. Even though I'm not a Celtics fan, I do like the fact that if they got him, that would make it a lot more palatable for the Celtics, because they have no ball handler. I mean, Marcus Smart is kind of their leader, but I'm talking about, because at the end of games, it's always in Jason Tatum's hands or in Jaylen Brown's hands, and you need to have a point guard who can set everything up and then make life a lot easier for those two. So I think Chris Paul to the Celtics would make way more sense to me if he was there. Plus, the East is a lot easier to get out of, even though you still have the Heat. And we're going to do our power rankings, our pre-draft power rankings here in just a minute. But that being said, I do like Chris Paul there. I think it would make them they're already one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the league, but I think it would take them over the hump. Going to the Clippers, yeah, he's already in L.A. He lives there, and he'd love it there, man. But, man, for him to win a championship, I just do not trust Paul George. And I just do not trust Kawhi Leonard. I just don't. Now you've got 3 guys who are going to play 60, 55, 60 games apiece, and I just don't trust those guys. I really don't. Steve Ballmer spent all that money, clearly the richest NBA team owner, and he just can't keep guys healthy. So if it's me, I just don't do that. But that's just me. I mean, I just don't. But anyway, that's what happened. And then Draymond, of course, declines his player option, which he was going to make 40, I believe, this year. And the Suns have the Golden State Warriors have a big, huge dilemma. What do we do? Because remember, they have Clay and they have Draymond. Now, I had talked about Draymond doing that. Where would Draymond's options be? What teams could really use a guy like him? Now, I think that they have talked about the Lakers, which, once again, he would help LeBron not have to play as much, but Draymond needs the ball in his hands a lot as well. So even though not late he doesn't, but he can facilitate Anthony Davis and LeBron a lot better as far as team movement, plus he and LeBron are friends. So that would be a good move for him. They've talked about the Thunder. It's hard for me to see Draymond with the Thunder. It really is. I just don't know if that's really a good landing spot for him, even though the Thunder do need a veteran presence. Maybe not. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm 50-50 on it. I mean, we could use a veteran presence. There's no question. He would make us a lot more tougher, no question. But I don't know if chemistry wise it would really work for us because he plays defense, yes. He can facilitate some offense as far as cutting and moving, but we really have SGA to really do that, and we have Josh. So I'm not sure how that would really work. Plus, he's not a rim protector. And the Thunder doesn't do, if you've noticed, we do not play very good perimeter defense. And so I'm wondering if that's part of it, of what we could possibly do. But I just don't like him there. And then the other option clearly is for him to stay there in Golden State. And if he does that, yeah, the opportunity is great for him to have them have another run. But I don't have them in my top. They've got some decisions to make, and like I said, we're going to do a power ranking, a pre-draft power ranking, and then after the draft on Thursday, then we're going to really come back and get really in depth with it. Will Chamberlain's rookie home jersey playing, of course, he played for the Sixers, sold for $1.79 million, almost $1.8 million. And man, I tell you what, collectors, that would be. I mean, that's something I would like to have. I mean, that's a jersey you put that up. You don't sell that. You put that up. But at some point, a lot of these guys, they just get tired of it. They've had it for 10 years or 15 years, and they want something different. So they want to put it into place where, because that's like anything else. After a while, do you really appreciate it as much as you did the first time you got it, the first few years you've had it? After that, you're kind of like, well, let me go get something else that I can now love and adore and admire. And they go ahead and sell it. And then last, Mike Malone and the Denver Nuggets ran his mouth at LeBron. And when LeBron was, of course, he was over there in Le Mans, waving the flag for Le Mans. So he was over there doing that, kind of trying to be the face of the NBA, kind of like Patrick Mahomes does, at all the events and doing all the things, the Met Gala, things like that. So, and when LeBron was in Europe, and he goes, I'm in Europe minding my own business, and I hear I'm on your mind that much, talking about Malone, because he clapped on. It's kind of like what oh my God, I forgot my guy's name at Cincinnati that Mahomes just smashed. Oh my God! I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. I guess to show you, I can remember Holmes and not him. Jamar Chase. Anyway, kind of like Lamar. I mean, when he clapped, I'm talking about Pat Who, and Mahomes went that's who with the 2 rings, and LeBron clapped back at Mike Malone. So I'm minding my own business, and I'm here on your mind that much. Wave the flag on these lames. Talking about the Nuggets. Please make being player cool again, because the lane machine is at an all-time high. Oh, my God, the lane machine. Enjoy your light, but just know I'm the sun. I stay on forever. Wow. I mean, these guys that come in, you haven't really done nothing. And, Malone, you fought hard. And, you got the perfect storm. I mean, you did. Chris Paul gets hurt. Chris Paul don't get hurt. You barely got away from the Suns. Chris Paul don't get hurt. Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. That may have been a whole different series. But that being said, you did win the series. You got your first one. And now you're running your mouth. I mean, to me, the Nuggets are still the Nuggets. Now, like I said, to me, getting KCP and getting Gordon were 2 huge additions. Other than that, you're the same 4 to 5 seeds you've always been. And I'm just not high on the Nuggets, but in my power rankings, I got to give them some love. So I have to do that because, I got to. What are you going to do? In fact, let me go ahead and do that. My power rankings are here. And, of course, my guy Ben Dillman of High Stick Harry he sent me his power rankings as well. So I have to go ahead and give out the power rankings. Of course, when Ben comes on, we will go over these together, or he will go over his picks. But anyway, my picks were the Bucks, the Nuggets. The only reason why I have them that high is because they did win the championship, so I have to give them some love back. Celtics third, the Suns fourth. Now adding Bradley Beal, I think that adds a whole nother dimension to their team. But they've got to win now because in the next couple of years, with the salaries rocketing up, they'll have 3 of the top 5 highest paid salaries in the NBA in the next couple of years. So they've got to win now. The Matt Ishbia, I've got to confident he's trying to win now. So I can't complain and say anything about him doing. He's all in, that's for sure. Now he's sacrificing the future of the team, no question. But right now he is all in. So I can't really fault him for doing what he's done. I've got the Heat number 5 because I do believe they will end up. I think Dame Lillard is on the move. I think that he will end up with the Heat. That's just me and what I'm thinking. What will happen with Dame Lillard? I don't really see him staying there in Portland because I think the youth movement is strong there. Number 6, the Kings. I like them. Drew does not like them. Drew Hinthorn, HuskerDrewPicks.com. Does not like Kings. Never did all year. Even though I told him all year, I like something about that team. When you add a coach and you've got a young team and you put the right guy there, it just makes all the difference in the world. Then number 7, I've got the Lakers because I just think you got LeBron and AD. And I think they will make some moves to make the Lakers even better. You got the Clippers at number 8 because you got Kawhi and Paul George, and you got to give them love. I've got the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans are going to deal. I think they're going to make some deals and stuff right around the draft, and I think they're going to make some noise. And they're tough anyway with the squad that they got. So looking forward to that. And, of course, I'm adding the Thunder because, remember, the Thunder tried to get into the Wembanyama race, and we were one win away from being the 8th overall seed. One loss, I should say. If we lost that one last game, if we lost one more time, we would have been a top 8 seed. So that's interesting. But anyway, we're joined by my guy, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman. What's up, bro?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, man, just talking a little bit about little NBA power rankings, and you sent me.
Oh yeah, you got my 10 in, didn't you?
Yeah, I got your 10 in, bro. You got the Nuggets number 1. We were just discussing the Nuggets and the coach, how he clapped on LeBron, and LeBron did the Patrick Mahomes move and just shut him the hell up. So
I like it, though.
I like it. Then you have the Celtics number 2, the Heat.
Yeah, I think they're just a great all-around team.
Well, you like Boston, everything in Boston anyway, so
Yep.
we know that. Anyway, and then you got the Miami Heat there in 3rd.
Lillard comes there. I think that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I was saying that. I think that's where he's going to end up, and I think they're going to be, but like I said, these rankings for me these are pre-draft, so we don't draft this Thursday.
It'll all change.
Yes,
Pieces will be moving.
Yeah, we'll change a little bit. Then we'll do our final rankings right before the season, and then of course we will do them as the season continues. Then of course you have the Bucks after that.
Yep. Still Giannis. He's 1A, 1B best player in the world, him and Jokic. So I think, as long as you still got him, I think they're still up there.
Right, and they got to deal. They just got to get younger. With Milton, he's done. They got the 1 year out of him.
Yeah, he's pretty much done at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Now you do have the Sixers in there. I don't have the Sixers at all because I just don't know what they're going to do. I just don't. If they get Fred VanVleet, then I would throw them in there. Definitely is top 5. But right now, I don't know what their Harden is probably going to be gone. They don't really have a guard. I do like Maxey, but I just can't get him there. But anyway, you have the Sixers at 5.
Yep, got them there. Embiid's just,
he's
still a great player.
He's a beast. No question.
He's a dominant. Yeah, there's only certain teams that can match up with him, like Nuggets, Bucks, different teams like that. There's with a big dominant down low man. So unless you don't have that, I do consider them. It's always going to be a like an outmatch. They're going to be able to just do whatever they want to do.
Right. And then you have the Suns.
So they need a guard, though. Like you said, they need a guard.
They need a guard. Yeah, that's if they get Fred VanVleet, I'm going to really now Harden.
Solid starter, good veteran.
Yeah, to me, Harden. I'm not a Harden fan. He did have a couple games.
He's dropped off. Just like he's dropped off a little bit after Russ did, and then Kyrie's starting to have that same trajectory, falling off a little bit. So
yeah, nobody wants Kyrie, which is crazy.
I wouldn't want to put up with that clown show. I'm just going to say it. I wouldn't want to do it. He'd have to come for like a vet man for me to put up with that because he's only going to play half the games anyways.
I agree. Then of course you have Golden State in there. I do not have the Warriors at all because they're a mess to me. But anyway, you have Golden State.
Golden State, you still can't count out, that team over there. Steph's still good. I know they do have kind of their own clown show going on in the locker room and all that stuff and what they're doing with contracts and how they're trying to figure everything out right now. But I still do, see Steph as a top 5, maybe top 10 player in the world. And I think as long as you got him and Clay, he's still got a chance.
Well, that's the thing. They don't know if they're still going to have Clay.
Yeah, I know
because
that's right now.
right because he wants a max. He wants the max
Yeah, he's not going
contract.
to
He's
get
not
that.
getting that.
Yeah,
He's
you got to
not
play some ball.
Yeah, he's not getting that. I'm with you 100%. Then of course you have the Lakers after that.
Yep, the Lake Show. They just got to figure it out. They got. I mean, there's a lot of work to do this offseason for them, but I mean, LeBron and Davis can't really beat that right now.
I agree.
Pretty good
Then
little setup.
You have the Kings at 9.
Yeah, I do. I like the Kings. They're young. They're a young team. I was gonna have. I mean, if Ja wouldn't have been in that, I probably would have had the Grizzlies there. If Ja wasn't in all this crap that's going on, but I mean, I think the Kings are a solid team. I think they're going to be good for years to come. I like what they got going on. I'm sorry, apologize.
No worries.
I mowed the yard this morning, but yeah, so I do got them in there.
And then of course you have the Knicks rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, I just liked what they did with their season last year. I mean, they turned out to be doing okay. Brunson, Randall, Rose, Barrett, those guys, they were pretty good. So I liked what they were doing.
Yeah, the one thing being though,
they're getting old.
Yeah, they're getting old. They're getting old, no doubt. Now, what'd you think about the USA Soccer? Did you get a chance to watch that last night?
I got to see the highlights, and I got to see the party after more than anything. I saw those guys were having a good time. Did you see Pulisic get slid into those bottles?
Yes.
I don't know if you got to see that. But yeah, no, I mean, it was a good game, 2-0, I believe, over Canada, which is great. And good that Canada was in there too. I mean, that rivalry is going to, I think with all the young players on both squads, it should be getting good the next couple of years. So I did like that, and I think it was great.
Yeah, we are
USA, another
so
little trophy.
young.
They were chugging out of that thing. It was a good time.
So young, brother. So young.
Didn't match up to that Stanley Cup deal, that parade where that guy was talking. Did you see William Karlsson, the Swede, just talking cussing and saying all kinds of PR people are trying to cut him off. He just keeps talking.
Dude, it's hockey. I mean, what do you expect out of him? I'm watching somebody's in my yard, man. What the hell? This dude. Anyway, I don't know what the hell's going on out there. I can't stop right now. What about U.S. Open golf?
Yeah, I mean, Rory again choked, which I didn't like to see. I like to see Ricky Fowler out there doing some good work. It's been a while since he's really. I mean, I say the last couple tournaments he's been coming back on a little strong, but for a while there he kind of got out of relevancy. And being a Pokes guy, I like seeing him doing some good work out there.
Yeah, we did have Wyndham Clark, OSU guy himself, though.
Yep, I know. That's what I was about to say. Then jumping right into that, the Wyndham Clark going. So I'll take that any day. I've seen him play a couple times, but I haven't heard too much about him. So it was nice to get a little surprise. I mean, I know everybody was a little upset about the 10 under, like kind of scoring stuff. They were saying the LACC. I know a lot of people don't even know that place exists. But I think it was like $250,000 to join, and that's just just to join.
That's
and then,
if they let you in.
Yeah, that's if. Yeah, so yes. So then you give them a $250,000, and then So I mean, I know it's a great course, and I know it's a 70. It was big up and down course. I mean, it was nice though. I really enjoyed it. It was good. I just like seeing all the guys compete against each other, like live in USA. I like those heightened events like that.
Yeah, it's your Beverly Hills. It's basically your Beverly Hills.
Yeah, you can see the Hollywood sign from there, and there's. It was nice.
The houses and the houses
beautiful.
are pretty, and the houses are pretty nice too as
well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Playboy Mansion's on there. There's a couple other houses.
They would. Well, they wouldn't let him join.
Oh yeah, no.
That's why. Didn't you and I talk about that and putting the monkey in the backyard right there on the course? Didn't you and I talk about that?
I think I jumped in right after you and Drew were talking about
it. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if
I remember hearing you talking about it, but I don't think I was on the line whenever it happened.
Okay, yeah, I just thought that was freaking hilarious. And then what do you think about LeBron clapping back on Mike Malone and the Nuggets trying to run their mouths?
He didn't have much. I mean, not much for him to say. They got maneuvered out. They got beat, I think, pretty bad. Obviously swept. So I mean, it's.
Yeah, but for Malone,
LeBron's just getting a little old.
Yeah, but for Mike Malone, come on, dude. I mean, y'all had 1 year.
Boys loved it.
I know, but you got 1 year. Okay.
Yep.
Y'all been 4th or 5th ever since Jokic has been there. Okay.
I think they're going to have a solid next 2, maybe 3 years. I think that's how long they got all their guys under contract. I think is the next 2 years now.
They got a 2-year run, but the whole thing is that the West, now that you ran your mouth. I mean, he's a new coach. You're running your mouth.
LeBron's going to come out.
Yeah, the Lakers are going to make a difference. The Kings are going to make a difference. I know the Golden State's going to make a difference. The Thunder are they're just almost there. Almost there. They're right there on the verge.
Yeah, we got a lot of good, great role players, some good young talent coming in. I think that like you just need. I don't know if we honestly just need just one good vet that can come in and put in 20 maybe 30 minutes a night and lead some of these younger guys and just like teach them how to do everything. I mean, I just think sometimes you just need that.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's one of the only things we're missing. Like if we would still have say like I know Steven Adams obviously he's not as good as he used to be, but like you just a guy like that, a voice in the locker room, something like that. I think we're missing a piece like that, and then just
they thought
like
about
a Draymond,
Draymond coming
somebody.
there. Yes, and I told
So
myself, I
yeah,
just
they
don't
need
know.
something.
Yeah, they need something. They're a little bit away. Well, let's go
Because
ahead.
we still got the draft picks, but I think just a vet would be great if we could get somebody not on the men, but somebody about middle of the road, somebody that still has a few miles left in the tank.
27, 28, maybe 30
Yep.
years old, oldest.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate those guys keeping me up and running, keeping the show going. Love what they do. If you have any needs for any computers or any software written to make your office run smoother, or, hey, if you need your websites designed, they can do all of that stuff for you, as well as upgrade your system or put in a whole new system if your office is in need of that. But the thing I love about them most, like I always say, is they can remote in. So I have issues that I don't have to actually physically take my computer to them. They just remote in and, hey, Matt, you ready? Yeah, here you go ahead. Your system's all yours. And they come in and fix whatever's going on remotely. I really
Good
love
stuff.
that. I love that. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to be behind the scenes and get anything that you need, whether it's a building or a complex or whatever, designed. They can do that. Oak Grove Trucking, once you get it designed, then you come in and Jose can move all your
Saw our
dirt
boy
and all your
Jose the
dirt.
other day. Hadn't seen him in a while. It's good. He's coming in. He was repping, ready to go. He had a couple drinks and left out of there.
Yeah, he wasn't
Got back to work. You
yeah,
had to get back home, get to bed.
yeah, he had to get his butt up early, get the toes up.
Get that drive on.
Yeah. Anyway, Oak Grove Trucking and our guy Jose Fierro, and then Max and Greg Nafee at NAPCO supporting us like they always do. Appreciate them. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and they are, of course, our sponsor for us to go out and do remotes at minority, women, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or, hey, they're a personal bank. Hey, go in and see the guys over at the main bank there at 401 Elm or YNB East location on the Parkway and 66, YNB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, of course, I-40 and Garth Brooks Boulevard, just south of I-40 right there. You can't miss it. And then my bank that I always go to is YNB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 63rd between MacArthur and Rockwell right there in Bethany. And then, of course, our newest sponsor, DT Construction and Consulting. And with that weather that just came through, and if you got any down power lines that messed up your house or trees or limbs and things like that, they call the guys. They can do anything to fix your house, whether that's your roofs or whether that's something with the face.
He's gonna come over and give me a little quote on some countertops and different things like that here in the next week or so.
Yep.
So I got to figure out a day that works best for both of us. But yeah, he's supposed to come by and do a little bit of that for me too.
Yep. Great guy. You can contact them at 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051. Or you can email him at dtconstruction2015 at outlook.com. They are respectful, local, and most of all, they're loyal. But the thing I love about them is Drew actually will answer his damn telephone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Something goes wrong. Those guys, they come in, they fix your stuff, and then you can't hear from them again. They won't answer their call. Put you on block and don't even know you're calling. So they're respectful, local, and loyal. If you need something, he is the dude to talk to. But anyway, being back to the Thunder. We were one loss away from being in top 8 to really get in the Wembanyama race. As it ended up, we were one loss away from. One loss. We went from 8 to 12 from one loss. So one win, however you want to look at it. But the way I look at it is, I like his talent, and I understand what Sam was doing. But from my perspective, I still looked at this team and said, man, we're young. We are young. and we're just a few players away now. That probably would have helped because I do like that would probably guarantee that we would have got Taylor Kendricks or Grady Dick or Scoot or one of those guys.
Scoot, I think, is going to be a player.
Yeah, he's going to be a player. And then Brandon Miller, I like him too. He's long, he's athletic, he can defend, he can block shots, he can knock down a three. So I do like what they did. But on the other side of that, Ben, I like our team too. You know what I'm saying? To me, you've got a three-headed monster. You can trade for some guys. You still got some guys in the draft. We can still trade up if you want to get those guys. We got 4 picks next year. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 picks next year.
Yep.
So if you really want to trade up, you can really go up and get somebody. So the way that I look at the Thunder, to me, I would have said, okay, look, I've got a good team. Let's get into the playoffs because we know we're going to be in the playoffs next year based on what we're doing. So why not get these 3 guys, 4 guys, 6 guys, however you want to look at it. To me, our top 6, which is SGA, Josh, J-Dub, J-Will, Dort, Isaiah Joe, and Wiggins. So you know those 7, and then you got 8 with Chet. So, but anyway, those 7, man, you get you some experience right off the bat in the playoffs. Then if Chet is what you think he is, which I don't think he's what he thought he is, because to me, if he is, why the hell are you trying to lose to get into another pick? I mean, to me. But anyway, that we shall see if I'm right or wrong this year. I knock on wood. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope Chet
especially with them. I know they started. I saw a couple hours ago. They started up the talks with was it Vasila Micic, or I don't know how to say his name completely. But we still own his rights from draft. He just came to Oklahoma City a couple hours ago, apparently.
Yeah, we still own his rights. So,
so they're supposed to start talking. They can talk after the draft, apparently.
I think was it last year or the year before that we got.
I think it was. I think it was the year before. And then he played over in Europe.
Yeah,
and then he's gonna. But yeah, so apparently we can start our draft rights with him after the draft. So that's another player to add into there. Well, I haven't seen any of his stats or what he's been up to.
Yeah,
but I know they're excited about him.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you go get.
So that's some good news.
You know, the European players. There's more and more of them coming into the league, but most of them, save Jokic, save what's our guy in Dallas, Luka. Save for about 3 or 4 guys. And you can count. I guess SJ's from Canada, but he played at Kentucky. So
that was a little different.
To me, you go get guys who are used to the physicality and the athleticism of the NBA.
Yeah, they're rare to get the guys that can
overseas.
Do the stuff that that some of those European, like obviously like Dirk and different guys like that. Even
those are rare deals.
Different guys like that.
Yeah, they keep trying to find them. And I
correct.
Get it.
And I think they're pulling at straws here. And I think that some of these guys aren't, used to some of the maybe not talent, but just pure athleticism that some of these guys have. But you got to have one. You got to have I almost feel like one fundamentally sound guy on each team that's really good. Kind of like a Luka. You got to have a guy like that you can kind of compare. Obviously not as talented, but just somebody that pulls everything together. Because you got to have some athletes, but you got to have some guys that can. Make some chest passes and make some bounce passes.
We have that. We have that with Josh.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
We have that with Josh.
I think he's great.
That's what I said. To me, you have SGA, then you have Josh, and then you have J-Dub still coming in. But that second year, Josh kind of got his stride at the end of his first year. Not this past year, but the year before. You could just see the change in Josh towards the end of the season. This past year, you still could see him still not – every now and then he'd have it. And then when he got mad at Josh Richardson, I was like, we all looked at him okay, what? No, wait, what? Who are you? And SGA started laughing like, Josh, you mad? You cussing? Wait, what?
That's good stuff.
You see him starting to make that move. So J-Dub is going to come. But the thing is this, Ben, you have a 3-headed monster, okay? You have 4 picks. You have a good mix. Now, the question is, do you get a younger Isaiah Joe? Because if you get a Scoot, then Isaiah Joe is out the door. You don't need Isaiah Joe anymore because then that's your guy.
I don't think we could land Scoot. I think
no. I'm saying if you got top 8 or whatever, if you could have got him. You see what I'm saying? So, I get that. But now you're at the point where you can get a Grady Dick from Kansas. Long, athletic. He knows how to play defense because he played for Bill. He's fundamentally sound because he played for Bill. He can shoot because he played for Bill.
or Bill.
You know what I'm saying? So he's got that college experience versus you going over to Europe trying to get a guy. Well, he played against grown men. He played against grown European men, not grown American men.
Yeah, it's just different way of ball.
Two different things.
And I'm pretty sure I think he's 29. Is he not? How old is he?
Who?
I think he was born in 94. Vicic, the guy that they're talking about. So you're bringing him over that. I don't understand because he's 29 years old.
Well, but the thing is is that he's got the body, which is what they're looking for, and he's got the.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'5" guard is what it says here.
He's
29 years old from Serbia.
The body. He's got the body, and he's experienced enough now. But at the same time,
it's just crazy.
But at the same time,
giving up all these young players.
I mean, you got to find a replacement for Isaiah Joe. There's no question. Okay, and you need another Aaron Wiggins. There's no question. Those are two things you've got to have, along with the big man inside. So those are three things that you have to have right now. So when you look at Thunder, right now your free agents are Lindy Waters, which of course that's a team option. Then you got Dario Saric, which Saric is nice, but I mean he's replaceable for sure.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, and then you got Sar, which is 7-footer who's athletic and can block shots, and he's getting, I like him. I don't love him, but I like him. And then Jared Butler, I mean, that's to me restricted. Whatever. I'm not matching some other team. If you want to give him money, you go ahead and give him money. I'm not going to match him to pay. I'm not doing that. Now Sar, he is a 7-footer. So the question is, what do you do with that? And do you keep him? And I like him because of the fact he's 7 foot and he can block shots and he's athletic and he can shoot a little bit. But if I have the choice between, it would depend on who it is, who we're playing. Whether it's him or Sarge as the guy. But now you have Chet. So do you really need Sarge and Sarge?
I know next year they're adding on another two-way position onto every NBA team. So the rosters are going to get even bigger. So I know, and they're going to add $10 million, I believe, to the cap. I think I saw it. 10.4 million.
Which doesn't bother us because we got we're 25
but it'll be a two-way player. So they can play for the G League and they can switch back and forth. Right, so now I think they're going from 2 to 3 of those two-way players in the NBA.
Because we already have we have Trey and we have we have Lindy Waters is one of our two ways. And I think Trey went both ways. And somebody, who was it? What's our big guy's name? Who's the one we drafted last year?
Who we drafted last year?
Yeah, man, I can't believe I can't think of his name now.
Not Butler.
I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head.
Is it Butler?
I'm going to team the team stats here. I've got the team stats up here. Jang. That's what I was thinking about, Jang.
Okay.
We have Jang. So I have the Thunder the team stats up here being starters. You have J-Dub, J-Will, SGA, Josh, Dort. Then you have Sarge, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Lindy Waters, Jang, Trey Mann, Isaiah Joe, and Wiggins. That's your
So they'll add one more position to that, and that everybody's roster will go up by one guy, and there's going to be $10.4 million. So if we can put that $10.4 million into something good with some of these young contracts, and to maybe a vet, maybe help that out a little bit with our existing cap we already have, I think that we can make a couple moves and get into the, at least we don't have to do the playoff games, at least make it into the playoffs.
I agree 100% on that, dude. I mean, I just like our team, but of course Thursday is the draft, so we're gonna go full tilt on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. That'll be good.
Yeah, I think we're gonna come do the draft again at Cats because we did. I'm kind of superstitious and we got J-Dub.
Oh yeah, gotta do it
and
again.
Jay will. So I think we're gonna do the draft at Cats again. You know what I'm saying, Ben? I know you will, but I'm just saying. We may want to stick with that.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Hockey players very superstitious.
Athletes
Sidney Crosby wearing the same cup since he was 12 years old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's some things going on.
Oh yeah,
You got to do the same thing every time. If not, it's not the right recipe.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And you and I both talked about that before. How we
Oh yeah.
how we are about
Oh,
that.
it gets
and
bad.
How, yeah,
I'm the worst about it.
Dude, me, I'm horrible. I can't think of the number of times. I put on my sock, I always put on my right one first, tied my shoe,
Yep.
did my left, put my shoe on, and then was like, okay, this is not right. Took everything off all over again and started from scratch because it didn't feel right.
You're like, okay, we got to redo this thing. You got to eat the same thing before it. You got to wake up at the same time.
Yep, take a nap.
You got to leave at the same time. You got to get your coffee at the same time. You got to do your smelling salts at the same time with the same guy. You got to listen to the same song before you go out. You got to listen. Oh, yeah, like it gets. Yeah, you got to high five the same order. You have to do. Oh, it gets bad. It gets real bad.
It's sad, isn't it, Ben?
Oh no, it's good stuff. That's good stuff.
It's sad.
We love it. We love it.
I know it's sad, but when you got to do all that, man, that's sad.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
But anyway, I know we don't really care about it, but we have to. The USFL, the scores from this weekend to see who's going to actually make it to the semifinals. The Maulers beat the Generals 26-6. The Stallions beat the Memphis Showboats 27-20.
I love that name.
Yeah, the Showboats or the Stallions.
Yeah, that's sick.
The Memphis Showboats. That goes with them because of the river.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the river's being right there.
Has plenty of gambling stories on that river.
I could just imagine. Plus, that's one thing I kind of want to do someday is take a trip, get on, because they have those riverboat deals with those old school
gambling trip.
Just go on that, man, and they have the old paddle boats. Man, I'd love to do that one.
Just get with a whole bunch of gray hairs and go hang out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily gray hairs. I think it's a young thing because it's. But anyway, just going down the river and seeing.
I remember off of Step Brothers. Where he's like, we're going riverboat gambling trips, and he's like, we have never done any of these things.
Gray hairs, you're a mess. And then on
Make our own beef jerky.
I'm worried about you, man. I am very worried about you. Anyway, the New Orleans Breakers beat the Houston Gamblers 17-10, and then the Philadelphia Stars lost to the Michigan Panthers 23-20. Isn't it weird how sports they don't change names?
They all kind of just rotate. I think like one team goes out, one team's not professional anymore, and then you just kind of like, oh, that's a good.
Well, because you got the Dallas Stars. And you have the Panthers, so you know what I'm saying. Those are already in our NHL team, and then an NFL team. So
then I mean, there's the Houston Gamblers. There's a hockey team called the Green Bay Gamblers that are out there in Wisconsin. So you got that, and the Panthers, obviously, like you said, the Stars. I've never heard of the Breakers, the Showboats, the Stallions. But the Generals are pretty popular.
Well, the Generals are classic because of the simple fact they were the old.
But some of those names, I don't understand. Like when there's two to three, maybe even four professional teams name the same thing, and then you just take it again. I don't understand that.
I don't either. I don't get that at all. I don't really understand that. But anyway,
I saw they were gonna do I think it's like the top 100 players in the USFL or something like that, or was the XFL? They're gonna do like a big tryout for the NFL. Like I think it's good that they start doing like little. Yeah, XFL. Okay, yeah. Well, they start doing like feeders like that. I think that's good for both leagues.
I think it should be both of them, though. I would think the top in both USFL and XFL.
When you got Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. I think you need to do both. USFL schedule this weekend. Of course, the semifinals. You have the Michigan Panthers and the Pittsburgh Maulers going at it on Saturday on NBC at 7 p.m. So we do have football. And that's what I'm saying. I was sitting there earlier talking about I was watching soccer and golf, and I forgot that we had football on. But
yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think those majors take over even some of the Sunday, like NFL Sundays, a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean they know to stay out of the way. They crunch a lot of their majors into the months that they know that the NFL's not big on Sundays, but they do pretty good at that. They know.
Yeah, during the summertime, and then of course you have the New Orleans and Birmingham going against each other Sunday in the other semifinal. So next week, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend will be the championship of the USFL. So I'm excited about all of that. Now, what I try to do, Ben, I was trying to do some, in breaking news, Mexico fired their coach. He only been there 4 months, 4.5 months, Ben. He got fired.
So 4 months. So he had to have done something either
He got
publicly or.
spanked by USA. That's what he did. It
Well, I
wasn't even
know
close.
that's why though. Just because he got spanked that bad. Like I
Well,
just didn't
remember we beat
understand.
them. Well, we beat them. What? He's lost to him 2 or 3 times. I guess Jose could let us know.
Yeah,
But
in the last
we,
3 months, I
yeah,
guess.
we spanked them because remember we beat them in the CONCACAF in the tournament. Remember we beat them for
Yeah,
the
we beat them 3-0 in the CONCACAF.
Yeah, we beat them, and then we turn around and beat them 3-0 now. No, I mean we beat them
Oh.
3-0 then, and then we beat them 3-0 in the whatever the Nations Cup or whatever that was. We beat them in that, not the
I
Nations
feel
League,
like
but what was it?
I think we're just getting our athletes are finally starting to play soccer. Is what I really think.
Yeah, that's
'Cause,
like you and I
honestly,
talked about. I agree.
I think
100%.
some of our guys are starting to get out there and go run the pitch, go out on starting to and the science is starting to catch up. I think everything's going really good.
Yep,
And
I agree.
I don't. Did we hire our did we hire our coach?
Yeah,
for
we
that?
hired hold it. We hired him back. We
Okay,
hired our coach back, which
I
was
saw that it was all up in air still, so I didn't know. I thought Tony Miola was going to.
no. We hired a Berhalter again. But you know what's so funny is we fired it. Well, we didn't fire him. He didn't resign.
No, his contract is up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we hired a search crew, a search team, to go out and find us a coach, and then they say basically, here's the guy that you didn't sign. Here's who you need to sign.
Yeah, well, that works out.
I'm
I
like,
guess,
okay.
hopefully it works out well.
But I would say this being the coach that we had was in substitute. I liked what he did.
That's what I was
changing
going to ask.
offensively.
Which one another CONCACAF?
Yeah,
which
but
one
I'm
of the
saying
cup?
what he did though, he changed up. The philosophy. We were way more faster, played quicker. So I'm wondering by him getting a chance to watch the team, did he change his philosophy just a little bit because of watching? Because you know how they get stuck. Coaches get stuck into okay, this is how we're going to do things,
Oh, yeah.
and blah blah blah. And then a new coach, and then you sit on the sidelines and you're watching, and you're like, oh, okay, well I didn't see him in that. So you got a coach who was your assistant,
Yeah.
who had a different mentality about what he thought things should be. And then, but I hired Berhalter back because I think defensively he pulls them together. But I think now offensively, I think they'll be a better team because the other coach made some adjustments as far as who did corner kicks, who did this, who did that. So I think that's going to make them better. By the way, Bob Huggins, man, got DUI, Ben. He was .21. He blew.
Yeah, I heard he thought he was in Columbus and
Yeah.
that his car had just beer cans all in it.
Dude, .21.
Yeah, then resigned.
Wow. Yeah, but he
Yeah,
just got in trouble.
Third time all time or third place all time and wins.
But Ben, he just got in trouble. Remember?
I think he
they
gets
took
the
him $1
writing on the
million.
wall. He sees the writing on the wall. I mean,
Yep, they took
he'd
$1 million.
rather resign than get fired.
Yep.
I understand. I get that every day of my life. I mean,
Well, I know,
I'd
but he took $1 million pay cut. Remember? And
I
then now he
know.
did this, man. And he was in Pittsburgh. I'm like,
I
what the hell are you
know.
doing in Pennsylvania? I mean,
I think
really?
he's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, but he thought he was in Columbus. Is what he told the cop.
2.21, man. Wow.
That's a big number.
That's a huge. You're wasted, bro. You have no clue what you're doing at that deal.
I mean, I hope he had a good time because shit.
Well, that's 20 grand.
Man.
That's 20 grand he just kissed away.
No, yeah.
That's 20 grand
I mean,
gone.
and I think he just at the age it's just time to. I think he was. They were already talking about getting rid of him a couple years ago because the Huggins defense what do they do, that full court press that had been really working in the tournament. So I think they've been talking about him getting out of there.
Yeah, and then of course the last thing, Deion Sanders may have to have his left foot amputated.
Yeah, that's wild. So clearly, I mean, they said it was from the blood flow circulation.
Yeah, he has no.
And I have to cold plunge my feet every once in a while to try and get some blood flow back into them. So I don't know how he's going to deal with that. I was thinking him. I mean, he's already rolling. That must be. I mean, that explains why he's rolling around on all those scooters and stuff, and everybody's talking about. He's like, "Well, I can't freaking walk, guys. I don't know what you want."
Well, he had that. From what was it, a year ago? Whenever he was at Jackson State, all this, and he almost lost his leg back then. So they did everything to save it.
Yeah, they already had to amputate 2 of his toes. They said.
Yep, and then they
and then now they're having to work on his whole foot.
Yeah, Dude, he almost. I
And
mean, he almost died. You know, like I tell you, that
that's
infection.
crazy.
Infections ain't nothing. Man, you get that infection, that ain't nothing to joke, man. That'll kill you. He's lucky he's alive.
Easily.
He lucky he got to
No,
keep his
yeah, hundred
foot.
percent.
And but now it's just, I just wish him well and hope
Yeah,
everything.
prime time man, absolute legend. Two
Yep.
sport, two sport star. There's not very many of those guys alive anymore that did both of those. So, I mean, he was pretty much one of the last ones, I'd say. So
Yeah, it was.
him
And
and him and Michael, pretty much.
yeah, it was. It's just crazy to me. I just feel sorry for him, and because he, but like he said, he's going to get it done now because when the
Yeah,
season starts, he can't. You've got
he's got
what?
to be on the sideline.
You got what? Two-a-days start what in August the 1st, August
He
8th
could,
or
he
9th
could
or something like that.
he could be sidelined for those. Like
Well, but he's
my
going to
coach
want to.
my coach Mike McEwen, the one that you met at my wedding.
Yeah.
He was whenever he broke his leg because some kid ran into him and he fell into the boards or whatever during practice, broke his leg, and he used to roll his own cigarettes and he'd sit on the bench and just smoke cigarettes while we were practicing.
No, he didn't.
In that like no, this was like we would have been 2000 9 2010. So he was smoking cigarettes inside the ice skating facility as we're practicing, and
Wow.
just ripping them. Oh, the guy was a legend, absolute legend. But yeah, no, I mean that's like that. I mean he had to do the same thing, and he's kind of sat it out. I mean he coaches from the bench. He didn't even get up ever. He used to skate. I mean obviously the coaches always get on the ice. He didn't skate one time that year.
Not once.
He skated for the first 2 weeks until that kid broke his leg.
Yeah.
So it was
Wow.
pretty quick.
Yeah. I just.
So yeah, but then he just coached from over there and hung out.
Yeah. I'm wondering. How he's going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Dion and how intense he is. You know what I mean? Like he is an intense man. He passionate.
But you know
He
what
loves the
though? He can
sport.
always get. He can get the, what do you call him? One of those prostate. I mean, if he's going to do it, that's probably already in the works for him to get a prosthetic foot or whatever to help him do that, because technology nowadays, man, those prosthetic feet and stuff they do now are
Yeah,
just, technology is insane. Of course, we got
and
one of the best
to
here.
lead a group of men, you want to not like. There's no offense anywhere for like, but he's going to want to be on 2 feet running around.
Yep. And then of
He's
course
he's going to want to be. He's going to be prime. Like he's not going to be able to be that. So
yep.
like,
Yeah, and then plus, we have one of the best facilities here in Scott Sabelich as far as
Yep.
prosthetics go. So, I'm
Yep.
sure they're going to figure out something for him real quick to get him up and running around. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But if you guys want to check us out, you can go ahead and you can go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, and subscribe, hit the notification button so every time we're on, you can be there. After the storm, of course, our OKC Thunder post-game analysis show. Also, search After the Storm, OKC Thunder for that, and then mcsportsnetwork.com. You can go there and look up our website and watch any of our previous shows and any one of those things. So we'd appreciate you guys doing that for us, because we need some likes and we need some subscribers. So let's go ahead and do that for us. And plus, it makes it a lot easier. That way you don't have to worry about it. You get the notification and you can go back and watch it. And then, of course, we will be switching After the Storm to a podcast. And eventually, the Popular Hour will be a podcast as well. So when we do that, Ben, we'll just tape it whenever we can get away with whatever time, whether it's the
Perfect.
morning, afternoons, or whenever. So
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll tape it and then we'll redo it. So we'll be set up that way to do the podcast like that. So we're going to eventually switch everything over from live to a podcast, both shows, if it ends up being that way. So we're going to wait and see if everything keeps going the way it's going, and we'll know more in the next couple of days or a couple of weeks what's going to happen with that for us to be able to do both. So anyway, bro,
Sounds
you got
good.
anything else?
No, man, just gonna hang out tonight and then just make some dinner. Nothing too much. So hope you have a good one. Good talk.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna. I've got to go train kids now, which is what I'm getting ready to go do. And then now that Cat's backyard is your back deal, his mode down, I may take
Oh
Ace
yeah.
because he hasn't been there. He loves to be in that back area back there running around.
I thought about bringing Gunther up there today, but I just didn't get around to it.
Well, it's too hot up there. Isn't it during the daytime, or does he care?
I mean, he's fine with it. Like right now, it'd be too hot. But if I would have came by before the podcast, he'd been fine.
Yeah, in the morning or
Yeah,
around
if
11.
yeah, like around like noon or whatever, he's still cool with it. But other than that, I mean, we can hang out inside too. But he likes the outside.
Yep. Ace will be out there, so he loves being on that patio, and he loves the fact that they give him ice water. Crystal always puts him a bunch of ice in that ice water, and he just sticks his whole face in there. I'm like, why are you putting your whole damn face in the water? Your nose? I mean, what are you blowing bubbles?
And that's
son?
how mine do until their ears are they're walking around with soaked ears because their ears are sitting on.
Uh-huh.
Yep, same damn thing.
It's like why don't you just lick and he'll just stick his whole face. I'm not a dog.
He's ice cubes, man, having a good time.
I'm sure he's.
That's
I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I just don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Gretzky, he blows bubbles in it with his nose.
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah, he'll put his and he'll start pushing out air, and you hear this like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
What are you
He's just
doing?
having a good time.
Yeah, man, it's funny. Yeah, hey, if you're not a pet lover, sorry for you. Okay, love pets. I'm not a cat lover.
Wrong.
A lot of people are cat lovers. I'm not a cat lover. I'm a dog lover. I'm not a cat lover. I mean, there are some cats that I do like.
Especially that one bar.
Yep, like my friend Paul Michael. He has a cat. I can't call her name right now, but I mean,
I know you're talking about.
yeah, I can't say her name on the air. I'm not. I don't know why he does that. Calls her what he calls her, but I can't. Everybody who knows Paul Michael, y'all know exactly his black cat. What he calls her. Yeah, I can't say the name on air. So, all right, B. Hey, tomorrow, bro.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. You have a good one. Cheers,
you
buddy.
Too. That was my guy, High Stick Harry Ben Dillman, giving a great show, giving his input on the different things that we have topped. And then borrow our guy Drew Hinthorn. In fact, man, I forgot to do his deal, Ben. We forgot to do Drew. The Husker Drew.
Get his picks on.
Yeah, I forgot. Hey, I forgot all about that. Anyway, he's taking the Astros. He's gonna kill us. Doing the Astros money line. That's what he gets for not being on, Ben. Astros money line plus.
I already followed him, so
you already did.
Let's roll.
Yeah, Astros money line plus 116. The Pirates money line plus 113. Nationals plus 122. He's taking the Pirates and the Giants the under tonight. That's what he's
a lot
taking.
Of plus money tonight. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Plus 100.
Every single one of them plus money.
I know, isn't that crazy? The LSU.
That's good stuff. That's good gambling.
Yep, he's got the LSU Tigers money line plus 116 in the World Series. By the way, who won between ORU and who did ORU play today?
ORU in baseball?
Yeah, they were playing earlier. You know who they played? You know what the score is?
I can check real quick. They just brought up the Omaha baseball. Got it.
And then, of course, Stanford money line plus 100. Tennessee and Stanford.
LSU or USI versus ORU 5-0 final is what it says.
Okay, who won?
ORU.
Okay, ORU won. Great job by the ORU Golden Eagles. Tennessee and Stanford over 8.5. Man, he's got an under 8.5 in professional, and then an under 8.5 in professional, and an over 8.5 in college baseball.
Love it.
He's all over the place, B. He's all over the place today.
Hey, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, that's our guy. Go follow Drew Hinthorn at HuskerDrewPicks.com. He's been on fire.
He's winning too. He's at a high percentage.
Yeah, because, what has he probably been? 60%, 65% lately over the last 6 months?
He was, I know, right going into like the last couple of weeks of NHL playoffs, I know he was right over 60%. I think just the last couple of weeks of baseball, just a little tough. He dropped down to around 58 or so, something like that. But he's still freaking. It's still an amazing.
Yeah.
He's still. I keep following him every time. He's done me good. Every single time. All these plus money bets today. So even if he goes 500 today, you're still with some of these plus money bets. You're still hitting over. You're not losing money. You're not paying any juice. You're not doing anything like that. So I like the bets today a lot. So I followed every single one of them. We're going to keep them going, keep rolling.
Yeah, but he's growing, dude. Like I said, if you're a gambler and you like to make money, go ahead.
Good.
Unlike I still don't know how the hell do you lose $8 million gambling? What are you doing to lose $8 million? You have to be.
you have to be honestly like I'm just gonna go and say it's like you have to be either like a drug addict or like an alcoholic because like there's no way in your sober mind that you would bet $8 million and sit there. Like I know it's over like bets, at a time. It's
Overtime,
not
yeah.
like you just bet like one $8 million bet, but I'm saying something has to be wrong there because I mean, oh my gosh, that's so much
That's a
money.
lot of
Do you
money.
understand how much? Do you understand that $8 million?
$8
Like that's
million
like,
gambling.
there's like I mean I'd honestly say like half the population won't make $8 million in their entire life. Obviously, like more than
Yes.
that,
But
maybe more than that. Like so
but
like
man, $8 million?
yeah, and you're just and I don't know if this. Sorry, I mean but just pissing it away. I mean just
I
for
mean,
nothing.
just go. Hey, go get. You might as well go out and hand out $100 bills. Go ahead and get you some.
Where's your wife?
Get your
Like
10
I'm just like
bands.
what? Like what's happening?
I,
What happened?
I,
It's like,
man. But the
can you
point is
imagine that
that
conversation?
oh, dude. But hopefully he's single.
Ugh.
Hopefully he's single. If he's losing $8 million, hopefully he's single
I
because
should have looked it up before I said that, but
man. But being $8
oh
million
man,
dollars. Maybe the NBA,
yeah.
NFL needs to install a deal like because none of these. If you work for the NFL, you cannot gamble. Did you know that?
Well, yeah. So, but if you work for
If
the
you're an
NFL, you
employee,
can't
you
gamble.
cannot gamble.
But if you're an employee of the NFL, you can,
Right,
or
but
like whatever. So, like the players can gamble, you just can't gamble on football.
right, I know that. But I'm
You
saying is
can't
they need to.
gamble in the
They
facility.
may need to make it like if you're in the NFL, no gambling. I mean,
That's
$8 million.
just
That is, that, dude, that's a
and
lot of
like with
money.
technology nowadays, it's not like he's going through a bookie. Clearly, he's
Yeah,
clearly doing it on his phone. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, he's
obviously
going
they have so much.
online.
Yeah, they have so much proof of him doing it. Like it's like oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing is that how much of that is, how does that turn into? Is he getting to the point where he could possibly start gambling and start? I mean, that's a lot of money to lose, and you could, bookie they can come in and get you, which is part of why the NFL was
Well,
worried about it. But
hopefully he paid it all. I don't know if he did.
I'm sure he did. That's how they found out. I'm sure they took the records and then went and looked at his bank account too, because they can do that easily too.
Jeez, what man? And I know
Yeah,
that some of the other guys were using their friends' phones or their brothers' phones. Or
none of that works. None of that
man,
works.
they are so just.
None of that works.
And like and I'm still upset at Jaw with his whole thing. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You got told. Ah,
I don't. Just like the argument that it didn't break the law. I don't want to hear that. That is the stupidest thing you could ever say. It's not about whether he broke the law or not. Clearly that is not even an issue. It's not that. The issue is him being an example. Him saying that doing that stuff with the guns is okay. It's not.
yeah, like when
It's
kids
just
look up
not.
to him, and yeah, it's just like with the kids looking up to him and
Yeah, it's
stuff.
just
And
not
like,
okay. I mean, who cares about breaking the law? It's just not okay what he's doing. It's about something completely different. And it's just, man, in the hood, we had a discussion about that at the barbershop that I'm not going to repeat because we talk about stuff at the barbershop I can never repeat on
for
air.
sure.
But
Same with locker room talk.
yeah,
Yeah, locker room talk.
I mean, the stuff that we talk about pre-show and post-show compared to what we talk
Oh yeah,
about on the show are different. Now, one day I might get to the point where I just might let it all hang out and just leave it open and just say whatever the hell you want to say. But that might be on the podcast, not necessarily live during the day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because
No,
you let it all hang out and you just really can't. So
yeah,
all right,
it's just locker room barbershop talk.
yeah, it's it's got some
Oh, it gets heated a little bit
yeah,
too.
it gets a little heated. So anyway, brother, all right, hey, talk to you manana.
Yes, sir, buddy. Cheers. Have a good
All
one.
right, you too. It's my guy Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry. Thank you for being on the show today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope everybody's having a fantastic Juneteenth.